morning. It's 17 minutes past 11 on Deepavali Day, and we have the good doctor in the house over here today. Hi, doctor.
Hi.
Good morning to you.
Morning.
How are you doing? So we didn't let you rest on Deepavali Day. Also, we brought you out, right?
Oh no, after this I'm going to somewhere else.
Oh, you're going.
Yeah,
you're
to
going
celebrating,
visiting.
Yeah.
Are you?
No, not visiting. Celebrating somewhere
Oh,
else.
nice. Okay, I'll follow you, right? After the show.
Yeah, sure.
Girls, you take over, yeah? Rafida and Juliana, you'll take care over. I'm going to go celebrate with Doctor, right? So Dr. Zalina Abu Zaid is the guest in our studios over here. She's the head of dietetics department, Hospital Sultan Abdulaziz Shah, UPM. What's it like being the head over there?
I'm just been appointed, I think, on May, so quite hectic because I'm also not only in the hospital but also in the faculty. So we have services on the clinical dietetic and also on teaching as well.
Teaching, so you also have to do that?
Yeah.
Is that easy? I mean, trying to juggle two roles.
What to say? Quite not easy, but we have to.
Right.
And it's my passionate to do that.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So time management is so important, yeah?
Exactly. Not yeah.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So how did you get to want to be a doctor when you were younger? I mean, like, did you plan to become a doctor? Like, a lot of people, right? When we're growing up, what do you want to be when you grow up? Doctor, and then suddenly became a DJ. But how did you plan yours?
Okay, at the moment, in the first place, I'm really not keen to be a medical doctor. In fact, my families encouraged me to take the medical journey. But instead of that, during my in matriculations, I've got some sort of the career event. So have what we call that one of the event or the representative, they told about dietetic. So I'm quite enthusiasm and also really keen to do that kind of the dietetic area.
Right.
So that's how I jump into the dietetic field.
So when you were a small little girl, were you playing all these games where you got makan and all that stuff? No.
No, exactly. I doesn't know how I can jump into this field. I don't know.
Exactly, right? Yeah, but you've been there for a long time now already.
Yeah.
How many years, ma'am? Many years.
More than 20 years.
More than 20 years.
More than 20 years.
And totally no regrets, yeah?
No regrets because I came with a dietitian in the Ministry of Health, and then I jumped into UPM as a lecturer.
Okay.
After that, then still doing the dietetics field and also dietetic clinical nutrition and so on.
Fantastic.
Right.
I'm sure many people listening now, like many youngsters who are listening, maybe they want to follow your footsteps.
Oh.
What should they do? What kind of things should they be interested in? What should they study? What should they do?
Okay, so in terms of our program, we have 4 years program. So before you enroll to the dietetic program, you need to be in the foundations or matriculation, STPM or diploma for about 1 year or 1.5 years. Once you have the enthusiasm and also you know that you're passionate into the health benefit to the patient, not only on the treatment or the medical part, but you also want to have some sort of the beneficials of the food itself, the diet itself or the lifestyle. So we are encouraged you to further or to enroll to the dietetic program. I think we have about in the public university and also in a private university. So I'm promoting for UPM as well.
Right.
I think in terms of the visibility, I think we are champion in the dietetic program. So we are encouraged and we happy if you are here to be our part in the dietetic program.
Nice. I want to salute everybody in the medical field. Like sometimes when we get sick and we end up in hospital, and then we look at the nurses and all that, right? For me, it's like, hi, why you sebo? Sebo in the sense of a good sense, like your job is finished, but they will still ask, like, do you need this? Are you done? It's like, like for some people it'll be like, okay, I've done my job, go home, right? But no, they will go and check on this patient, check on that patient, do this, do that, and then end up they have to do so much of extra work, but they do it and they do it with a smile on their face.
Exactly.
And I salute a lot of the nurses and the doctors and everybody who's in the medical who actually do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much for that.
No, a lot of people don't realize that.
Yeah.
Sometimes all full of complaints already. Complaints easy, but when you actually look at what the doctors and nurses and everybody in the field.
The health
Yeah.
care professional
Correct.
doing. Yeah.
It's so much that they do, and sometimes they do things that is even more than they're supposed to do.
Exactly.
And that's what is like you said. You're so dedicated. You're passionate about your job, which you don't care. Gaji bayar ke tak bayar. You will do that job first, right?
Right.
So that's something that needs a salute over there.
Oh, thank you
okay.
very much. Yeah.
Okay. So October month, pink October month,
October, yeah.
and we're talking about cancer also with our eating habits, yeah. And so let's get some questions over here. If I don't ask you the questions, I kena marah, The producers over here, Juliana and Rafida, they'll throw the chair. Don't believe, they look nice and sweet over there, okay? But they will hunt down me with the chair afterwards when you're done. Then I end up in your hospital, So
And we meet again.
and we meet again. All right. Okay, so before we talk about food, can we get the bigger picture? How serious is cancer in Malaysia right now?
All right. Okay. Before we start, can I just wish Happy Deepawali?
Please.
Okay, thank
please,
you.
go ahead.
Happy Deepawali to my friends and also for those Hindus who are celebrate today. Yeah. So go back to your question. So
Right.
In terms of, we know that cancer is very are a leading cause death in Malaysia. Yeah, it's not global. In terms of Malaysia context, it's also a cause of leading of death.
Okay.
If we go into the record, basically from the National Cancer Registry 2019, it almost 48,000 cases been registered. Yeah? And in terms of gender, you can see that in men, 1 to 9.
Okay.
1 to 10.
Right.
And another one for women is 1 to 10. Yeah. 9, sorry.
9.
Man is 1 to 10. A woman is 1 to 9. Been diagnosed as a cancer in their lifetime.
Right.
Not surprisingly, Greenman, we can see that in terms of cancer itself, it's not what we call, many of the patients are being diagnosed at the late stage. Yeah? So which it makes the treatment more challenging. Yeah? And that's why the awareness and then also the early detections and also the preventions are more important now.
Right.
Right.
So is this because of medical wise? Is it because like when we go to hospital, right, for us to find out if we have cancer, is it very difficult?
It's quite difficult.
Okay.
Because we do have some sort of the screening. That's why we call early screening.
Okay.
If let's say you have a program, for example, like a Pink October event, a Pink October month. So eventually in National Cancer Society Malaysia, in fact in the IKN, Institute Cancer Negara, they also have an event whereby all the public can come and also have a free screening.
Right.
And from there, you can be referred to the nearest hospital or nearest clinic to get more diagnosed or more treatment.
Right. What is the screening like, ma'am? Is it something that's painful or anything like that? No.
It depends on the types of the cancer. For example, if you have breast cancer, you have to go for the mammogram.
Okay.
Okay. If let's say you are having, for example, in the high factors to get colorectal cancer, for example, if let's say you are more than 50 years old, and then you have what we call history of colorectal cancer, it means that your father is a survivor of colorectal cancer, so you are keen or tends to get colorectal cancer. So this one you can have, or you can go into a clinic. You get some referral letter from the doctors, and perhaps you can go to the nearest hospital, or you can go to IKN whereby you want to make some further investigation using the colonoscopy.
Right.
Right.
So you don't have to wait till you have pain or
Exactly.
anything. You can go and check before, right?
In fact, the cancer is quite silent as well, and
Right.
the symptoms occurs as definitely as similar what we have, some sort of fever, constipation.
Right.
Yeah. If let's say you've been admitted, so from there, a few treatment or a few diagnosis or biopsy can be done to know whether you are cancer or not.
Right.
Yeah.
So early detection is key to actually to better treatment. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. What are the most common cancers we see besides the two that you mentioned?
All right. So in common, 5 common cancer in Malaysia, not only Malaysia, but I think as similar in a global. Number 1 in Malaysia is our breast cancer, which affected to the woman. Yeah? And then the second common cancer is colorectal cancer, affected both men and also women.
Right.
And then the third one is what we call the lung cancer, specifically for men and also a smoker.
Right.
And the fourth one is pharyngeal cancer, and this is commonly occurs in the East Coast, East Malaysia, and eventually it come up what we call more likely for the ethnic group. Yeah, for example, like Indians, and then the fifth one is liver cancer. All right.
Liver cancer.
Liver cancer.
Among the many, yeah?
Exactly.
Right, okay. And there are ways that we can actually help to prevent, right? And this comes in the form of what? Nutrition is one of them, yeah. Besides staying active and all that, right?
The treatment.
The treatment, yeah. I'm very active. I'm a gymnast. Okay lah, I won't lie lah. Okay, all right. So yeah, okay. Brings us to prevention. How exactly can nutrition help us reduce the cancer risk?
Okay, right. So as we know that cancer is a continuum, a continuum journey. So eventually, if you want to prevent or to get cancer being prevention, and also for the during, during, and also post treatment. Yeah. So basically, nutrition is one of the most powerful tool. Yeah. Whereby all of the cancer that I mentioned earlier, it can be cured ataupun can be reduced. Yeah. The cancer risk about 30 to 50%, basically from the scientific evidence.
Right.
So if let's say we go through by the diet or by the food, number 1, if you go basically from the WHO, the WHO and also the WCRF, World Cancer Research Fund.
Okay.
If say we want to prevent the cancer, they have the stance criteria.
Right.
Number 1, whereby you need to be healthy weight, yeah. And second, where you have to eat more plants, for example, like fruits, vegetables, and then whole grain that provide antioxidant and also can protect ourselves from the damage.
Right.
The third one, whereby you need to limit or you have to cut off the processed meat, red meat. This one specifically for colorectal cancer and breast cancer.
Right.
And also limit the intake of fried food, limit the intake of sugary food, and then this can increase the inflammation and also obesity, which link to the cause of cancer.
Right.
And then fiber intake. Yeah, fiber intake basically come from the vegetables, fruit, and also the whole grain. And fiber, the beneficials of fiber is to help to balance our hormones and also to support our healthy digestion. And in terms of that, it also can lower the risk of colorectal cancer and also the breast cancer.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And we've got so much of food in our country, la ma'am. And for us to think about it, I don't know how are we going to actually stop, because we like a lot of fried food. In Malaysia, we like a lot of fried food. And then the oil that they use to fry the food, that's another story altogether, isn't it?
Exactly.
It's dangerous also, right?
Okay, but in Malaysian context or Malaysian terms, we also can have some sort of healthy Malaysian cuisine, which is, for example, like fried food. Nowadays, we can use, for example, you can just use, we substitute the fried food into grill. If let's say you want to fry, you can also have what we call the air fryer,
Okay.
where you can use really small amount of oil.
Okay.
Another one, if let's say you would like to have some sort of fried food, however, you can also substitute into others preparation. Yeah, and then apart of that, if let's say you still want to fry, but you can use a balanced oil, which means you are mixing the saturated fat. Saturated is the palm oil. It doesn't mean that it's very what we call it's not the culprit. Yeah.
Okay.
Because the palm oil, they have enough ataupun equal amount of saturated and also equal amount of polyunsaturated oil.
Okay.
Yeah. However, if let's say if we compare with others oil, for example like olive oil, sunflower oil, they have a lot of polyunsaturated. It means the healthy oil.
Okay.
Yeah? So when we want to fry the meal and we would like to reduce the saturated oil, where we can also have some sort of the ratio on the palm oil plus the ratio on another part of the vegetable oil. For example,
Right.
1 cup of palm oil, we mix with 1 cup of sunflower, and this oil can use for the fried food.
Okay.
So this is where the strategize, the contents of oil are reduced when we fry the food.
Okay.
Right.
So that's better, isn't it?
That's
better than we just use one whole what do you call it?
the
palm oil.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right. So, but there's a lot of rubbish that they write about our palm oil,
Yeah.
in other countries.
Exactly. Palm oil is good.
Right.
Yeah.
But they will write that because they don't want people to buy our palm oil. They want people to buy their oil, right? So yeah, you'll tell them straight. Yeah. Okay. Now, what else is there? There's so much of information. If people go to the internet, right? And then there's so much of information. One person says, eat eggs, okay. Another person says, eat eggs, not okay. Some person says, drink coffee, okay. Another person says, don't drink coffee. What should people do when it comes to getting information?
Okay. So basically, if let's say, because we have a lot of information in a free way. Yeah. For example, you can just go into a testimony, and sometimes we are more keen to go for the TikTokers, the influencer. But for example, if let's say you want to have a very genuine information, please go into, for example, a guideline. Let's say from the Ministry of Health, the Institute Kanser Negara, whereby the website they produce a lot of infographic for us to get the genuine and also the correct information.
That's what we use on radio, ma'am.
Exactly. Yes, good enough.
Yes. Make sure we use because your source of information must be accurate, and we trust our more than I trust the WHO. Sorry. Okay. Anyway, all right. Song break. Do we need to go for a song break? No, we'll go for a short break, isn't it? Okay, I'll go for a Deepa Valley greeting, then we'll come back. We'll just let you have a drink over there, ma'am. Otherwise, otherwise the doctor will need a doctor. Happy Deepavali from all of us at TRAXXfm, and happy Deepavali from Dr. Zalina as well this morning. And she'd like to wish everybody who's celebrating Deepavali at the Hospital Sultan Abdul Aziz Shah UPM a very happy Deepavali as well, yeah?
Yeah.
And what's your favorite food to eat during Deepavali?
I think ladu.
Ladu.
Wadi.
Oh, okay. Do we have any ladu in Wade?
Maruku.
Please go and steal some from Minel and bring some here. Thank you. Yeah? Okay. So now for those already diagnosed with cancer, doctor, and undergoing treatment can be tough. How can nutrition support them through chemotherapy or radiotherapy?
Okay. So we just talk about nutrition that benefits, the role of the nutrition, especially for the prevention. But when we come into treatment, means that patient are undergoing the treatment, and the treatment, whether the surgical, chemotherapy, radiotherapy, or immunonutrition as well. So nutrition is the role of the aim of the nutrition is to support the body to heal, to recover. So basically the treatment that patient undergoing will cause the nutrition impact symptom. Yeah. So this nutrition impact system, where we call it as a side effect of the treatment, and that makes the patient have a difficulty to eat and also to digest the food. Yeah. So if not managed earlier, this symptom can lead to the malnutrition, the weight loss, and also the patient can have weakness throughout the treatment.
Right, and that's not going to help them with recovery, yeah?
Exactly. We call it as a complication of the post treatment. Yeah.
So they have to eat, but so what's good for them to actually eat when they're going through that?
Exactly. So in terms of patient who are undergoing treatment, if let's say basically patient being referred to dietitian, so we give some sort of personalized, individualized to the patient who are being referred, and in terms of the food that can cover or to heal their body and so on, we encourage or we prescribe them with high energy and high protein diet, or we call energy dense food. And if let's say patient have the difficulty to eat orally, so they have to, we also prescribe them with oral nutrition supplement to support their intake.
Right. And what kind of sources of food can you get all these high energy food from?
Okay, so high energy, for example, is basically from, if let's say from the animal sources, you can have from fish, from eggs, and then if let's say from plant sources, you can go for tofu and so on. Basically, energy dense, if let's say patient, we treat them according to their side effect, their nutrition impact symptom. If let's say, for example, they don't have energy to eat, if let's say they only prefer porridge, so the porridge what we prescribe or we would like to have for them is energy dense, which they have to have chicken in there. If let's say another one, we can also have some sort of sesame oil to put inside the porridge. It's not a bland, we call bubur kosong. So we have to fortify the porridge to get some energy, or we call energy dense food. If let's say the food that we prescribe or we give to the patient still not enough on their energy requirement, that's why we need to supplement them with the oral nutrition support, which is come from, for example, like milk, a very specific disease milk.
Specific milk. Oh, okay. Right. All right. So yeah, but hospital foods are nice, huh? Some people don't like hospital food. The two girls are laughing at me, yeah? All right. But yeah, hospital foods are all right, yeah? Okay, what else can we ask you over here now? Let's see now. Is prevention through diet really possible?
Sorry?
Is prevention of cancer through your diet, is it possible?
Yes, exactly. Because I just mentioned, based on the scientific evidence, most likely 30% to 50% of the cancer risk can be prevention by the food.
Right, by the kind of food that we eat, right? So, and then there's all kinds of stories that are going out there, right? What are some of the strangest stories that you hear? The most common things about cancer, which might be real or might not be real. What do you hear?
Okay, so we have a mean and the facts about cancer. For example, if let's say sugary food can cause cancer. Yeah, is it true or false?
Okay.
If based on the scientific evidence, it's partly true. Yeah, because why? Number one, sugary food means that it doesn't link directly to the cancer. But if let's say you keep, if your intake is very excessive, it can lead into obesity and also inflammation, which are high risk to get cancer.
Cancer.
Right.
Right, and sugar is very addictive, isn't it?
Exactly.
I think it's as they put it as sugar is more addictive than some drugs like cocaine and all that stuff, right? But it's just that it comes sweet and it comes in a nice bar and it's
Yeah.
wrapped up nicely, so it looks innocent.
Innocent.
But it's actually very dangerous, just like other
Yes,
drugs,
exactly.
isn't it?
Exactly. But doesn't mean that doesn't mean that you are rigid to the sugary food. We still need the sugary food.
Yeah.
But in terms of the portions and also in terms of the intake, the frequency that we take.
Right.
So we need to harmonize. Means that we need to have some sort of prevention. Not prevention. It means that you need to take in the small amount and the moderate amount, and also need to be lesser frequent.
Right.
Yeah.
So we got to balance it, lah.
Yeah,
Which is
definitely.
very difficult, right, ma'am? In the rice, there's sugar. In our drinks, there's sugar. All right.
Yeah, every food have the glucose.
Right.
Also, so glucose are needed for our energy. But when you intake is excessive, the glucose cannot. Is also it can be more in our organs. So
Right.
it's giving some harmful to our body.
Right. Is it easy for the Ministry of Health to actually take action against people who, make food or prepare food and then they hide the information about sugar, right? They won't say they're using sugar, but they say that no sugar. They'll say 100% no sugar in front, but they actually have other forms of sugar inside their ingredients, which is also detrimental to people's health.
Right. So I think this one, if let's say we go back to the Ministry of Health, they also have their policy and also another part of the section whereby they have some sort of to not ban the sugary, but they have some sort of going for the moderate amount of intake.
Right.
And if let's say when you say that they substitute the sugary into other forms, for example, nowadays we know that the stevia, one of the food that we also can use, which low calorie and also taste sweet.
Right.
Yeah. So, however, make sure that the stevia that you consume must be what we call diakui, disahkan, approved by the KKM, also the pharmaceutical. Because if let's say you go into others commercialized, the stevia some sort of they substitute with others form. So make sure it's been approved by the Minister of Health and also the pharmaceutical agency. So that's the true what we call the replacement of the sugar.
Right. So it's scary, isn't it? The kind of fake foods that are going out there and, all these things also. And then the way they grow it, some of these things have got so much of pesticides in it, right? Like some famous fries, French fries, they're grown with so much of pesticides and all that. And it's easily, especially it attracts the young kids, right? So what can parents do to actually cut down all this?
Okay. So basically, nurturing and also the parenting of the parents because we know that we are so busy. Nowadays, wife and also the husband is working, and basically, the children are being sent to the nursery and so on. So if let's say in nursery, fortunately we have some sort of agency where they can also have. The Ministry of Health also can monitor their intake, and they have their menu, and the menu is very healthy to the children. However, in terms of information and in terms of the way how the parents to give to the children, make sure that the parents also have enough knowledge, enough awareness, and enough what we call means that they know what are the good and what are not good for their children.
Right. So be very interested, yeah?
Yeah.
Parents got to take interest and not just, okay, here, go and eat this and keep quiet, huh?
Right.
Stay in the corner, like play with the handphone, go.
And
gadgets, and do that, yeah, okay. Our guest is Dr. Zalina Abu Zaid, Head of Dietetics Department, Hospital Sultan Abdul Aziz Shah, UPM. She's talking to us this morning about eating smart and fighting strong, yeah? And let's see now, come on. So sugar feeds cancer, true or false?
As I mentioned, partly
okay.
True, because the sugar doesn't mean directly to become a cancer risk.
Right.
But if let's say you intake is excessive, yeah, so it can lead into obesity. And now we know that obesity is disease as well, and also can increase the inflammation.
Right.
So the inflammation and the obesity are the high risk to get a cancer for public.
Right. Remember that. Yeah. So you got to stay healthy. And is it true, ma'am? The mind can trick us. Huh? Sugar addiction makes us feel hungry. And then the mind tricks the body into thinking that when you eat, then, you'll be all right. But it's actually trying to get sugar from the food.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because the mind knows that sugar is in food that you eat. So, you eat. And that's where you're at the risk of obesity. Is that true?
Exactly, yes, that's true. And nowadays, when we talk about obesity, they also have factors that increase the obesity prevalence. For example, from diets, from lifestyle, and also the behavior, and one of the metabolism, and also the metabolism. And now we talk about the hedonic craving,
Which is
where we what we call in a real we are full, but then our mind we want to eat more. Yeah. So this is one of the factors can lead to obesity and also a high risk to the cancer as well.
Right.
Right.
How many times do we need to eat in one day?
Oh, okay. Basically, for human or for adult and also others, the main meal, breakfast, lunch, and also dinners is a must.
Okay.
Right. And then the snack is snack. It means that in between breakfast and lunch, and also snack between lunch and dinner is what we call options.
Okay.
Yeah? The 3 main meal is a must, whereby make sure that in every meal you need to have the carbohydrate groups, your protein, and also your fiber, where it comes from the vegetables and also from the fruits. Yeah?
Right.
And then not to forget, even you have your meal, make sure that you are hydrated, means that you have enough water.
Okay. Make sure, yeah. And then the portions are important also, right?
Yeah.
If you have every meal, you have portions enough to feed one school, then you're asking for trouble, yeah?
When we talk about portion, women, we are fortunate because our Ministry of Health also have some sort of suku-suku separuh.
Yes, correct.
Yeah,
Yes.
Malaysia, the plate Malaysian, what we call half, quarter half.
Quarter, yeah.
Half. So if let's say you wants to make sure that your diet are moderate, variety and balance, just go into the quarter half,
Right.
whereby the quarter is come from your carbohydrate, means that the rice, the pasta, the meat, the bread is under that quarters.
Right.
Another quarters is from the protein sources, whereby the protein, whether from plant sources or whether from the animal sources, which is from fish, chicken, and so on. And your half of the plate, make sure come from the greens, the vegetables.
Right.
Yeah?
Okay. So do you have a lot of friends who go out and makan with you?
Yeah.
They must feel nervous to eat in front of you, right? It's like, how am I going to eat? She's watching my food.
No, we don't judge. We don't judge.
It's like, I was just wondering if I go out and makan with doctor, it's like, oh, she's going to watch me. Okay. And then, but I think you know what you must check, doctor, when you go out with your friends, after you finish eating with them, watch where they go. I think, when you go back to your office, they go back to the shop again. One more round. Okay. All right. So now, what about organic food prevents cancer?
Okay. So organic foods, it doesn't organic foods, it doesn't link to the cancer. Yeah. The one that really need to highlight is organic. It means that the food being produced using some sort of very what we call the free some sort of
free of pesticides,
free of
no
pesticide.
pesticides, nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
So it doesn't mean the organic can link to the cancer, but if let's say you can go into the organic food, it's much better. Yeah, because they are not using a lot of pesticide.
Right.
And the pesticide doesn't mean that the quantity that can get cancer risk. Most likely you have to get a high amount of the pesticide,
Right.
then you can get the cancer, and the use of the prolong. Yeah,
Okay.
doesn't mean that you, for example, in 1 month ataupun more than a year prolong, yes, you can get that. But
Right.
in terms of directly, it's basically it's not really, it's a mean.
Okay, okay. So yeah, all right. So food is such a big part of Malaysia, especially makan. So how is how we connect? How does eating well support emotional health during cancer?
Okay, so agree with that agreement.
Yes, ma'am.
Because yes, food can bring comfort and also connection. Yeah, especially for those who have been diagnosed with the cancer. So how we can give some sort of emotional and cultural support. Number one, we can share or we can prepare together with them, and also we eat together with them as well. And then, for example, to increase their mood and also increase their brain health, you can substitute or you can increase the food that high in omega-3, which come from the fish and also the flaxseed.
All right.
Yeah? And then another one, if let's say you can have, even though your appetite is very low, but you can enjoy it very, what we call very lighten ataupun small and enjoyable meal when we eat together.
Right. So whenever there's so many ways that actually the Ministry of Health and people in your department and all that are trying to make, right? So what is coming up? Do you have any like scanning or anything that's happening for people, for the public? Coming up soon?
So far, because I'm not in the Institute Cancer Negara national, but in my place we are more into a lot of metabolic cases,
Right.
cancer patients. Now is more into kidney patients, diabetic patients.
Right.
Yeah. So if let's say you have, some sort of been diagnosed with that, and you want to refer to the dietitian, we are welcome you in our clinic diet in Hospital Sultan Abdul Aziz.
Right.
Yeah.
So take advantage of
Right.
whatever you see, whenever they have any exhibition or anything, or any
Exactly.
kind of like what's that thing called, mammogram?
Mammogram,
right? Like go in a gang. You know, if you don't like to go alone, bring your friends, and hey, let's all go together and referee didn't watch.
Because it's free, especially
Yes.
for those who are more
Yes.
than 40 years.
Yes.
So the mammogram is free.
Right. So like the good doctor was saying just now, don't wait until it's too late, and then you go over there, and then you start having to do all kinds of things to how do you say, rewind.
Rewind.
But yeah, so go there and do it while you have the time. Yeah. Anything else you'd like to add on?
Okay, for last.
You know, no, I shall zip up after this. No more questions.
So just a key messages for today. Number one, for prevention, eat the rainbow. Yeah. So a lots of fruits, vegetables every day. And then the second one, make sure that you choose the whole food. Means that come from the grains, for example like basmati or beras perang, brown rice, oats and also legumes. And then stay hydrated. Make sure that you have 6 to 8 glasses a day.
All right.
Plain water. And then make sure that you must include a protein in your meal, especially from animal or any kind of plate base. For example like tofu and also tempeh and so on. And then the last one, make sure that you are limit the sugary food, the fried food, and also the salty and processed food.
Salty is ikan bilis, isn't it? Right, okay. So when you said tempeh, I was thinking of ikan bilis, but ikan bilis is known to be, right, like too much of salt, isn't it? So moderation.
Moderation. So the key is moderation variety, and balance.
Nice. Okay. So yeah, and make sure you know your sources, because a lot of people claim organic, everything is organic, but then when you go down there, you see what organic, yeah. They're not organic. Yeah, okay. Interesting. Thank you so much for coming and talking to us today on Deepavali. And yeah, I think your hospital should give you a pay rise, right? And night gaji straight away, right? And over here, Rafida will do your pay for coming today. I think it was 1,000 a minute over here for talking to us. And yeah, Juliana as well, on behalf of the two ladies. And on behalf of all of us at TRAXXfm, thank you so much. And we hope to see you again soon, but on good terms. Not because we need treatment. Huh?
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, doctor.
Right. Thank you, Green Man. Happy to be here.